Don't you just love getting things in the mail? I got this in the mail a few days ago. It's from Freemasons 778. There's his YouTube channel. And he had taken part in my latest giveaway. And he didn't win, but he asked me for a patch, which I had offered anybody if they wanted one. And it's funny because I think I was kind of joking around, and I said, well, you can send me a Freemason patch. And he said, oh, I've got one. I'll send you. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this. I'm excited actually to open it because I think he said he actually helped design this patch. But anyway, one of the things I wanted to mention is that it's funny because when I was younger, I had a friend of the family who was a Mason, and he was just the nicest, not oldest, he was a nice old gentleman who was very intellectual. He was very composed. He was a philanthropist. You know, he was always giving money to people and helping people. But he displayed his Mason, regalia around the house, and I never really asked about it. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a brick mason. My mother tells these stories of me, saying I wanted to build things even when I was 4 or 5 years old. Anyway, I'm too old to remember that now, but I believe her. So when I would see this friend of the family's symbolism, I really just thought it was, sort of an old man's club for brick masons. But the older I got, obviously I learned more about it. But he was a positive influence. I'm not saying I was close to him or anything, but it was always a positive influence that he had on me. And so as I got older and got involved with the internet, I was really surprised to see all of the junk, on the internet about masonry. And some of it's actually comical. So I was always taught to approach things objectively. And Freemasonry obviously is one of those things. I have tried to do that. And over the years, I've gotten to know several Freemasons. As a matter of fact, one of my closest friends is he's actually a plumber that I use too. I didn't know for 5 years that he was a Mason, but it just kind of came up. One of the things you'll notice about them is that they're not, real quick. If you ask them about it, they will share with you, but they don't wear this on their shoulder, which is kind of cool. To make a long story short, I know several Masons now closely, and none of them are, have conspired to take over the world. They have conspired to help their neighborhoods, to help needy people in their neighborhoods. They support, all kinds of nonprofit issues, and they're just great people. And so I kind of laugh, every time I see an internet conspiracy thing. As a matter of fact, what I was going to mention is I think we could actually use more Masons in politics. The conspiracy is that they're taking over the world, and they're entrenched in our politics. Well, actually, right now I think we could use a lot more Masons in our politics because they usually have a high moral character because they do believe in God. They don't they don't force you to believe in a particular religion, but you must believe in a creator, the way I understand it. And you can correct me, Freemason 778, in the comments. And if you want me to, I'll put some links in the description area. I'll talk to you about that too. But they have just a set of values. The way they treat each other, the way they treat the community, and they're just good people. And we can actually use more of those types of people. So I say bring it on. If you guys are worried about Freemasons taking over the world, I'd rather them take it over than a bunch of liberal nut jobs. But anyway, I'm never going to get this open. I'm not sure if I can do this one-handed or not. I should have set up the tripod. But I'm just going to try to take my letter opener. Okay. Well, isn't that cool? Uh-oh. Back a second. Well, darn it. I think I lost my train of thought. That was one of my subcontractors calling me. Anyway, I want to thank you for sending me the patch. It's very cool. I'll put it with the rest of my patches. You know what's funny is that people have kind of accused me before of not copying, but using, you know, the pyramid and all that. And I keep telling people that it's an A. I don't mind it resembling it. I have no shame in that, but I didn't do it purposely. So, as a matter of fact, the reason people think this, I think, is because my 3D logo is basically a pyramid, which I think is cool, but it's an A, you know, and that's where this patch comes from. So anyway, enough about me. I want to thank Freemason 778. You've always been really nice in your comments, and I appreciate it. That's becoming harder to come by nowadays on YouTube, and I'll always appreciate your positive thoughts, and thanks again. Maybe we can partner in taking over the world.